Ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing today? Doing well. Weather is chilling off. Anyone else just waking up on a Sunday afternoon? Lazy Sunday? Guys, I have been looking forward to this for so long. Ranking the Candlekeep adventures. I have been looking forward to this. Recovering from heat exhaustion? My man. That sounds rough. Let's go. So, all right, so listen. Today is going to be a short stream. I can't stay for the stream. I'm in a heated discussion with one of my players over Strahd's Power. Join back. Listen, it's going to be a short stream. It's probably... I'm just going to knock out this tier list. I wanted to do it on stream. I'm just going to knock out this tier list, and then we're going to call it. So, that's the stream. But I'm probably going to use this for a YouTube video. Time to get out of bed and crack open my book. There we go. All right, you guys. I want you guys to help me decide where everything goes on this list. Work schedule's messed up. Calling tomorrow work. Okay. I feel you. Get out of here. All right. What VTT are you using? I mean, this is just a tier list maker, you know? All right, I'm gonna give everybody a chance to get in. I want to hear some predictions. What are your favorite adventures in Candlekeep? What are your least favorite? What's up, Pork Chop? How you doing? Welcome back. I want to wait a little bit. I want to make sure everybody is in here. It's been very difficult to catch one of your streams. Apologies, but I'll switch one. All right, bud. All right. Again, this is gonna be a pretty short one. I want to tier list the Candlekeep. Hey, second streamer caught Poggers. I don't mind them. How are you, Sam? What's up, Night? What's up, Nightmare? Alcazar's appendix is pretty high. We'll see. Original Baldur's Gate is S tier. We're ranking the Candlekeep adventures. Gripply Adventure was probably my favorite. We'll see. My friends and players love your shorts. I love their views. Let them know that I love their views. Tier list, speed run, glitchless. Spa Farm Guild Blastoff. My favorite is I don't know because I haven't played any. My favorite is the stream of your rank. Oh, my dude. Ian, I'm so glad you're here, dude. I want more people here that I ran through Candlekeep. I want people that actually have run / played through the adventures or watched the streams, the Candlekeep streams, to help me with this tier list. I haven't played Candlekeep, but I'm still here to see what's the best and worst here. Dude, I got you. This is how we're going to find out. All right. When do we start? About 5 more minutes, maybe. About 5 more minutes. I haven't done any Candlekeep adventures, but I want to hear. I'll be a fly on the wall. I figure you. The mine was memorable too. You like the mine? Listen, I made this. I made this this tier list, and I want to send it to. I think like the only other YouTuber that I know of that has done all of Candlekeep is No Fun. And I'm gonna send this tier list. Listen, I want all of you right now to go to No Fun's channel and just like bombard him with likes and comment on his newest video like, hey, where's that tier list? Because I'm gonna send this to him and I want to see what he put. Book of the Raven. We'll see. To the Moon was also excellent. To the Stars. Mostly because of how timely the Stonky thing was. What inspired you to do this list? Listen, Ren, I have been looking forward to this ever since I started Candlekeep. I was 4 adventures into Candlekeep and I was like, I cannot wait to do all of them and make a tier list. I'm going to make a tier list video. I'm so excited. Argument was way shorter than I expected. However, must go fully to adjust some of my notes until the next stream. Dude, you don't have to keep coming back and telling me that you're not going to be here. You don't have to keep doing that, dude. My work schedule's messed up because I'm not scheduled this week. Okay, I feel you. To the Stars, what I meant. I said the farm. Okay, farm blast off. I gotcha. Farm Guild Blast Off. Okay, Spa and Farm Guild Blast Off. All right. Listen, is it time? The price of booty. Is it time? Hold on. Let me message some people. I want my mods in here at least. How's it going, Steely? It's going, to Louis. It's going. The Shimshine one was a really good mystery. Candlekeep Deconstruction. I'm seeing a lot of people calling out a lot of adventures, and I get the feeling I'm gonna break some hearts today. Tonight. I get a feeling I'm gonna break some hearts tonight. Truly. The Beholder and the paintings was fun too. Yes, yeah. What is your favorite Candlekeep adventure? Bryce, you're gonna know soon enough, bud. Break some hearts. You're gonna find out real soon. Oh, that's a shame. One of my mods is in a game. That makes me sad. If the damn Jackwares aren't F tier, I'm heartbroken. Heartbreaker, character sheet taker. All right. I think we got everybody that we're gonna get. I think we got everybody that we're gonna get. Okay. Number one. All right, so just for clarity, I am gonna send this to No Fun. I'm curious about his Book of Inner Alchemy, Immortal Lotus Smokes. It's go time, boys. All right, here we go. We're getting started. Steelman. So just for clarity, this list is my opinion. Obviously, some of you may not agree with where I put some of these books. That's fine. Or some of these adventures, rather. I want to clarify some of these ranks. S tier, in my opinion, is adventures that you are missing out if you don't play or run in. And I mean that for both. I mean that for both DMs and players. S tier is like, you're missing out. Wait, there's opinions involved? I'm out. Get out of here. A and B tier would be good adventures. A is like obviously better than B. A is the good adventures, the ones that like you'll enjoy running. You'll have fun. And B is like, you know, still good. C and D are like meh. C is if you accidentally leave your books at home and Candlekeep is all you have and you're going to run an adventure. C would be great. D is you probably shouldn't run this adventure. Don't run this adventure. And then there's F tier. We'll talk about F tier in a moment. F tier is special. You're probably thinking, well, if D is like a don't run, how could it be worse? We'll talk about F tier when we get to it. All right, so without further ado, let's rank. Is this from a DM's perspective? Both. This is the enjoyment from both perspectives, in my opinion. I've ran Candlekeep 5 times. I've talked to players about the adventures. From my own enjoyment and their enjoyment, I've put together this list. All right. First up, we've got the joy of extra dimensional spaces. Now, this adventure, it is really hard. It's hard. I'm just going to be upfront to create a first level D&D adventure. Your characters are weak. Your characters are basically commoners with like an ability or 2 abilities. All right. So creating a first level adventure is hard. Making an encounter for first level characters with their like 10 hit points is tough. The joy of extra dimensional spaces is A tier. Fantastic adventure. The loot is great. You've got the +1 book flail, which is awesome. The story is great. You're like the adventures go into this abandoned mansion, which is not quite abandoned. You've got good role play encounters with the fairy dragons and the homunculi. Absolutely fantastic adventure. A tier, absolutely. Also rewards. You get a freaking mansion when you finish this one. When the party clears out this adventure, they get a mansion. I love bases. I love when the party gets a base. So, A tier, absolutely. This is such a great adventure. But it's not S tier. What's keeping it from S tier? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know how to answer that one. What's keeping it from S tier? It's just not that good, I guess. The NPCs aren't that interesting. The story is not that engaging, you know. All right. Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions. That's what it's called. Digressions. This adventure, for those of you that don't remember, this adventure has the party following Jackalware, chasing Jackalwares into, or going to Baldur's Gate looking for Jackalwares that are creating fake books that are actually monsters, and they're trying to resurrect their leader. And I gotta be honest, this adventure is meh. This is a meh adventure, C tier. It's not quite D tier. Like, the enemies are cool. The story is somewhat interesting. I mean, you've got these Jackalwares in Baldur's Gate. They're trying to resurrect their leader. Their plan is stupid. Which is, like, if they had a better plan, maybe B tier. Also, you've got that random were rat on the way to Baldur's Gate that just doesn't really have a place. This is a messy adventure. It's C tier. It's C tier. Like, a better story and more involvement with that were rat, I think, would bump it up to a B tier. But at the moment, we're at C. All right. Here we go. I'm going to break some hearts with this one. This may be my hottest take about Candlekeep. And those of you that have watched my videos and or have played through Candlekeep know how I feel about Book of the Raven. Now, originally, this tier list had A, B, C, D. I added S tier specifically for a couple of adventures. And I added F tier for one adventure. Book of the Raven is the worst adventure, period. It is the worst adventure, not only in Candlekeep, but it is the worst adventure that I have ever seen in a D&D game. It is so awful. It is awful. And I hate that now listen, this tier list is based off of no changes. The DM makes 0 changes to the book, to the adventure. All right. 0 changes. This is by the book. You're running this adventure, no changes. There's a map at the beginning that makes no sense, and there's no information on it. You've got 3 different plot lines, all of them going in different directions that don't cap off anywhere. You've got the family in the house. You've got the were-ravens. You've got the Vistani are brought up, but never elaborated on. You have the gate to the Shadowfell. The party has 0 reason to go through this gate, has 0 reason to go into Shadowfell. One of the hardest encounters probably in the book, going through the Shadowfell. 12 ghouls, 2 gargoyles, a wight, 3 skeletal horses. It's absolutely absurd. There is no loot in that mansion, period. 0 loot. The were-ravens are like have no. It's so awful. So F tier is so the reason F tier exists, the reason that we have an F tier, what F tier means, is that we look at this adventure and learn what not to do. That is what F tier is. This is the adventure that you look at and go, that is so bad. We should laugh at it. And I hate it because I think Chris Perkins wrote this adventure. And he's amazing. But this adventure is a miss. This is a hard miss. Ah, I hate this adventure so much. So yeah, that's Book of the Raven. All right. A deep and creeping darkness. All right, so here's the thing. I made a lot of changes to A Deep and Creeping Darkness right out of the gate because it was rough. Tell us how you really feel. The Deep and Creeping Darkness at the beginning has you go to Mayrin and you meet 2 interesting NPCs, and then you breadcrumb to, but Gaston, I added Gaston to Book of the Raven. He was not in the book. I added him. That wasn't by the book. Like, if you guys liked Book of the Raven the way that I ran it, keep in mind that I'm like, it is unrecognizable from how the book was. It is unrecognizable. I changed the Baroness to be the white within the Shadowfell. That didn't exist. That journal wasn't a detail about the family. It was like about the Vistani, which had no part in the story whatsoever. Would you recommend any of these for a beginner? Some of them, yeah, absolutely. Extra-dimensional spaces, yes. Definitely not Book of the Raven. All right. Back to Creeping Darkness. So the very beginning of Creeping Darkness has you go to the town of Mayrin. You meet 2 interesting NPCs. I like the 2 NPCs. The flower salesman and the guy that ran the tavern was really cool. And you breadcrumb to Vermalen, which in my opinion is the worst part of the adventure. Getting to Vermalen, there is nothing going on in the city. There's a lot of tension built up from start to the mansion of Vermalen. And finding out that the mayor is actually a meanlock was like really cool twist. The dungeon of this adventure is okay. It leads up to an interesting boss fight with the meanlocks and like blowing up the cavern. So I think I'm stuck between B and C. It's C seems really harsh. C seems really hard. C is this on the same level as Mass Froths? All right, we're gonna go with C for that one. The horror aspect with the mean locks. You guys think B? We're gonna go with C. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's as good as some of the B tier adventures that are coming up. You think B? All right, all of you are saying B. Got a lot of B's. All right, let me think. Those characters are interesting. The story, it's got a cool twist. The dungeon's okay. I just really didn't like the town. The cave environment, the Feywild portal. That twist with the mayor. All right, you've convinced me. A low B. All right, we'll go with low B. A B. This is a runnable adventure. Let's fill up B and decide again. All right, yeah, we'll revisit that one. All right, we'll look at B. I want to see. All right, let's see where the other adventures are, and then we'll revisit. All right, Shimshime's bedtime rhyme. What a unique adventure! Wow. The core, I feel like the foundation for this adventure is coming up with an interesting song. If you can get a song stuck in your party's head throughout this adventure, that is like key. That's such a unique mechanic. I also love the idea that Candlekeep is in trouble. It's under the effects of a curse, and they start quarantining people of the curse, and you end up in the Firefly cellar. That is really cool. All right. So just so you guys are in my head right now, A or B. My problem with Shimshines is, what is my problem with Shimshines? Man, all right. So we're gonna go with A. The NPCs are really cool. I like the little kid and the dad. I like the Tabaxi. I like the build up. I think Shimshines may be an A. I think this is an A tier adventure. The part of the adventure where the party starts fighting each other, you actually have like a PvP combat. I think we're gonna go with A. The boss fight was okay with Shimshine. Yeah. The problem with me is I've trained myself to forget most things. I feel you. It's understandable. I think Shimshine is an A tier. I don't have a whole lot of complaints about this adventure. The battle royale is excellent too. It is. Yeah, I think we're looking at an A tier. All right, here it is. Oh, I hate PvP though. It's short. It's not for. I agree. PvP is not for everyone. There's some good role play in here too. Like this just is like a complete package. Man, we're almost. Shimshine's almost S tier. It's a really good story, really good plot points. All right, we're gonna keep it at A. But God, it's like an A plus. All right, here we go. The Price of Beauty. Price of Beauty is S tier. Listen, this is one of the best adventures in this entire book. I was blown away by this adventure. Let me tell you. This adventure is a spa day. The party goes and visits a spa. You have interesting characters. Like, the idea of the party taking a vacation was like so lost on me. Like having an entire game session that acts as a vacation is so lost on me. And then of course it's a D&D game, so there's got to be like some kind of conflict. So you got the hags that are running the spa, and it was just, this was an amazing adventure. You got the Medusa. The spa was definitely S. Like I'm glad you guys agree. Like this adventure was on another level. This is a must. This is a must run. If you've got a 5th level party and you're stuck for an adventure, this is a must. An absolute must run. Yeah, that's all there is to it. S tier. Yeah. Most of you, we got an A. It's an S. It's an S. We constantly come back to the spa as well. Absolutely. All right. The Book of Cylinders, the Gripply Village. Now, I made a lot of changes to this adventure. Mark Holmes is a genius. Yes, he is. Yeah, this is a Mark Holmes adventure, by the way, and he he nailed it. Book of Cylinders, the Gripply Village. Now, I made a lot of changes right away to this adventure. The crabs were just a weak encounter. Adding the giant crab made that a decent, interesting encounter. I love saving the Gripply eggs and having that side mission with a reward. Like if you complete the side quest, you get a reward. I loved that. The reason it is C tier. For one, the story is a bit convoluted. It's short. And there's a lot of drama around. Like, if it wasn't for the drama, I would put it B tier. But we're going to go with C. Like, there was a lot of drama around this adventure. If you guys don't know, the author had a falling out with wizards. You missed this when you were getting your COVID shot. This, if it wasn't for the drama around this one, I would want to put it at least B tier. There's also that really cool sword at the end of it that does like a D10. If you run this adventure, be aware that this sword at the end of this adventure is, if that gets in the hands of a fighter, you're going to feel it every single combat, doing that extra D10. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. That sword hurts. Okay. Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor. Could you see any of these being played in Icewind Dale? Yeah, I mean, any of them really. Any of them could take place in Icewind Dale. Some of these actually take you to an extra dimensional space, like Joy of Extra Dimensional Spaces, Lore of LaRue, Wisteria Vale, Canopy Being. A lot of these take you to an extra dimensional space, which is perfect. Moni, are you in the stream? Can you get Homer, please? Can you get Homer? He's being loud. All right, Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor. By the book, not a fan with cylinder stuff. Don't care about the drama. I got you. Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor involves meeting the ghost. Is that Ian Zilla? It is. That's Ian Zilla. Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor, you meet the ghost. You go to Waterdeep. And then you go to the basement. All right, so here's my problem. Here's my problem with Yellowcrest Manor. The first thing that I think of when I hear Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor is that the stuns. Almost every single creature, every single enemy in this entire adventure stuns. You've got you've got the cultist with hold person. You've got the Grell that will grab onto you and stun. Being stunned isn't fun. Not being able to play the game is not fun. And if it wasn't for that, this would be an A tier. This is a really good adventure. I like stopping the cultists. It's kind of a classic. The fights are really challenging. You know, granted, you can't play the game. But that's why I've got this B tier. Like this would be an A tier adventure if it wasn't for all the stun locking and the Kona Cold. I like the Kona Cold. That's just a ton of damage. I actually had a necromancer in one of my parties that had like a ton of undead just storm into the thing and they got Kona Cold. Lost like 3/4 of his of his army. That was oddly satisfying. Lore of Larue. Lore of Larue, a Feywild adventure. I don't know. The only thing that I didn't like about this adventure was how railroady it was, how on the rails it was. Like the party literally couldn't leave, like couldn't veer off. The book even tells you like there's an invisible barrier stopping you. And if it wasn't for that, this would be S tier. This is such a great adventure. You go into the Feywild. There's that corrupted unicorn, beautiful artwork. You've got the talking tree, the satyrs at the beginning, the were creatures. There's like this really good story. The time travel. This is so close to an S tier adventure. It's so close. But it's not. It's not on the same level as Price of Beauty. It's good, but it's not that good. It's good, but it's not that good. This is a really good adventure. High A. Yeah. Final answer. Nothing special. What's nothing special? Lore of Larue is a solid B? You think it's B? You know what? No, it's got to be an A, man. It's got to be. Like, it needs maps, that's for sure. If I was critiquing maps, all of these would drop. It's super cool. Bait you into wanting to explore the Fae, but you can't. Yeah, that would be S tier. If there was more outside of your railroad, like some side quest or something. You got the hag. That's pretty cool. Like, yeah, it's also kind of, the story's a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, it's A. It's A. It's a solid A. All right. Candlekeep deconstruction. Let me tell you guys a little bit about me. I can't stand gnomes in space. I don't know where this came from. I don't know where this idea of gnomes in space and spaceships, came from, but I hate it. And when I first read this adventure, it's S. This is an S tier adventure. When I first read this adventure, I thought immediately, I'm going to hate it. I'm going to hate this adventure. Look at all this. You guys are convinced this is an S tier adventure. Listen to me. All right. I was convinced that this adventure was going to suck. I was surprised. Honestly, I was surprised at how great this adventure is. It loses points for being gnomes in space. I'm sorry. And it's silly. S for stonky. S for Stonky. Listen, it dings. All right, so my biggest issue is the length. It is so short and it's easy. The encounters with the cultist, with the golems, with the skitter widgets, it was too easy. That is I think what's keeping it. It's not an S, guys. It's not. If it was a Minotaur in space, no, it wouldn't. Like, when I read this adventure, I was like immediately D tier. But when I ran it and played it, and like, so I told my groups, it's not a D tier. When I first ran it, I was like, all right, this adventure is silly. I need you to know that I told my parties, like, hey, this adventure is silly. We're just going to lean into it. All right. And I had so much fun with it. I had a lot of fun with this adventure, guys. But did I have Shimshines and Lore of LaRue fun with it? I did. This I did. This is an A tier. I can't put Candlekeep Deconstruction on the same tier as Creeping Darkness and Yellow Crest Banner. This was a really good adventure. It's A. It's not S. Those of you who are saying S, y'all are mad lads. It's not that good. It's not that great. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It earns that A. Take care, everyone. Take it easy, bud. All right. Zikron's Zephyrian Tome. I rated B at best. Really, B. I mean, it was right there between B and A for sure. Stonky was a great villain. Let me tell you. It earned that A. It earned it. All right. Zikron's Zephyrian Tome. I just was not impressed with this adventure. The reward for this adventure. I think this is a C tier. It's not so bad that it's a D. I think this is a C tier adventure. You get, like, you've got the genie in the book, and he offers you a wish spell for completing the quest. That's awesome. It's only one wish, so the party is going to argue about it. Swap Deconstruction and Zephyrian Tome. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm thinking, like, it might be B. Oh, wait. This is the one with the dragon? With the coral helm? Oh, my gosh. This is the one with the dragon. With the bronze dragon in the cave. Ooh. Spoilers? Yes, 100%. 100%. There's going to be spoilers in here. I'm talking about these adventures. And I'm the dragon. All right, the dragon carries this adventure, truly. The dungeon was not that great. The Frost Giant Castle, the ruined Frost Giant Castle, or no, Storm Giant. The ruined Storm Giant Castle. Yeah, he wanted Storm Giants to create the floating lair. The ruined Storm Giant dungeon, not great to me. But that dragon and that artwork, I believe that dragon carries this adventure for sure. We're going to go with B. Cloud Giant. What did I say? Storm. Yeah, Cloud. Sorry, I said Storm. Cloud Giant. You're right. That dragon. The dragon bumps it from C to B to me. 100%. The Curious Tale of Wisteria Vale. Is it A or S tier? Wisteria Vale. Wisteria Vale has an extra dimensional space with a bunch of robots, with a bunch of constructs pretending to be people entertaining the bard. The Beholder fight is the reason this one ranks so high. But how high do we rank it? The Beholder dinner party? Yes, that is the best part of this adventure easily. It was such a good, It was challenging. It was good. It was interesting. This is an S tier. This is an S tier adventure. The story is great. The story really keeps you does a great job of keeping you involved. You've got the bard is locked away in this extra dimensional space. His childhood friend wants to free him. He is looking for his own thing. He's making friends with a beholder to alter reality to escape the extra dimensional space. The paintings, A tier because if you get lucky, it's over quick. This is true. This is true. It's just, man, that story is so good, and that beholder fight is so great. This is an S tier adventure. A seems harsh. It was a damn good one. Like, is it that good though? Like, is it Price of Beauty good? I think so. I think this adventure outclasses these four. A beholder at this level, what was it, 11th? 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Yeah, 11th level. This is a good adventure. The dungeon is great. You got a mansion to explore. Yeah, that's an S tier. I can't, what is wrong with this? What is bad about this adventure? The length, I guess. Like, you could, it's possible to skip through, but that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Oh, the Book of Inner Alchemy. You guys already know. If you watch the video, if you watch the stream, if you played the adventure, you already know. S tier, get out. Get out of here. You're trolling me. To Louis, you're trolling me. This is a D tier. This is a D tier adventure. Solid A. I cannot believe. S tier, A tier. I can't believe you people. F. This is a D tier adventure. Hear me out. Hear me out. Is this Sekiro? Yes, this is the Sekiro adventure. I changed this adventure a lot, and it was still horrible. I tried to make this adventure good, and I couldn't. I failed. This adventure was terrible. Here's my problem with this adventure. There is no way to talk to these monks. There's only one stat block throughout the entire adventure. Yes, I realize there's the black pudding. Yes, I realize there's mini bosses. The mini bosses are modified versions of the monk stat block. There's like one monster throughout the entire adventure, and they are exactly the same. You guys experienced the modified version of this adventure where I gave the monks a key blast, a ranged attack. By the book, these things are boring. They throw darts and they run up and punch and they stun. Or no, they knock you prone. One of the mini bosses stun. Is good high energies layover adventure. It's not the main feature, but a great way to flesh out time spent between spaces. I just did not like. Also, the story was not super interesting to me. I modified the story. I added a relative because there's just no NPCs. You got the dwarf. You can roleplay with the dwarf, I guess, who's kind of there. He's just there. I don't. This adventure was not great to me. It was written as Wuxia. You turned it into Dragon Ball Z. I gave the monks a ranged attack. The Sun Soul monks have a key blast. All right, I didn't turn it into DBZ. Dragon Ball Z at least has some interesting characters that talk to each other. This one does not. This is you've come to my temple, time to fight. This is a poorly done martial arts adventure. It seemed really short. We sneaked in, did everything in 5 minutes. Literally, if it wasn't for Sekiro, we'd just go and fight the adventure. Dude, Sekiro, I added Sekiro. I added that character. That character was not in the book. By the book, a member of Candlekeep, a member of the Avowed is like, hey, somebody broke into Candlekeep and stole some pages of this book. And then you got to go investigate. I added Sekiro. Those of you that are like, dude, Sekiro is the best part of the adventure, that wasn't in the adventure. I added that. It's just mostly a series of combats, and the combats were boring. They were boring. Oh my gosh, the slog fest that was these combats. You definitely did some great work with it. Thanks, bud. But the paper house burned down so easy. Yes, yes. I know, which is why I support DF. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Fugue Flute. I'm sorry, bud. I did not like this adventure at all. This is one of the ones I couldn't wait to be over. That's what this is. Like, just don't run this adventure. D tier, 100%. All right. Canopic Being. What a terrible adventure. Oh, gosh. B tier to Louis. Guys, those canopic golems were horrible. Listen, I genuinely enjoyed this one. I can't. I hated this adventure. Fighting a mummy lord on its own is just not good. That was, all right, so this is the one where you went to the divination building and there was a mummy lord. The story of this adventure was awful. Like, the story. Explain to me how that character at the entrance of the dungeon didn't know that the boss was a mummy lord. Explain that to me. I don't understand. The story of this adventure was terrible. The fights in this adventure were terrible. The F tier. Ash is like F tier. Ash hated this one too. Push it back to C. I can't. Canopic Golem is one of the worst adventures in this book. The dungeon was awful. It was massive and it was empty. The fights were awful. The Canopic Golems had 1,000,000 health and they were immune to spells. If you were playing a spellcaster in this adventure, you were shooting a crossbow at those Canopic Golems. It was terrible. It was so sloggy. And then you've got the boss. By the book, you fight a mummy lord by itself. Let me let you guys in on a little secret about a mummy lord. They are vulnerable to fire, and they have 90 hit points. All right, against a 13th level party, 16, 15, 14, 13. Yeah, 13th level party. That's right, because 14th, a mummy lord could get enslaved by a necromancer. A 13th level party. A fireball on average at 3rd level does around 30 damage, 28 to 32 damage on average. That's just from anecdotal experience. Seeing a fireball go off does about 30 damage. That's 60 damage to a mummy lord. 60. It has 30 hit points left. A rogue sneak attack and it's toast. A fireball and a rogue sneak attack and the mummy lord is toast. A mummy lord should not be fought on its own. It shouldn't. It is so easy to kill. And there's just no hope. There's no hope for it. Necromancers can control them. So the thing about Canop, if this adventure was level 14th, I would put it F tier. I would put this adventure F tier. I hated the dungeon. I hated the combats. I hated the story. All right. It was terrible. D minus. D minus. The Scrivener's Tale. Here we go. All right. What would you add to make the fight harder to a mummy lord? So what I did for this adventure is I put the Canopic Golems in the fight with the mummy lord. Fireballs average about 28 damage. Is that the average? Okay, I was close. Most of the fireballs that I've seen do about 30 damage. Do about 30. 28 to 32 is what I said. Buff that mummy. It needs minions. But here's the problem. If you add the Canopic Golems, the fight is sloggy. Oh gosh, you want to make this adventure good? Run a different adventure. Run one of these. Just don't. This is a D tier adventure. Don't touch it. Just don't. Do something else. This is such a terrible adventure. All right. Scrivener's Tale. Here we go. Where do we put Scriveners? Just to let you guys know, it's A or B. I like this adventure. It's a good one. Having the Unseelie Court fighting, like getting between the Unseelie Court and that Archfey, fighting in Archfey is really cool. This was the glass creatures, right? Yes. This is the Archfey with the like shards of glass fireball. And then there's the mummies and the stone golem. I don't know why, but a lot of the in-between doesn't really grip me. I like the framing and overarching creature. The combats in this adventure were great. Solid A, wouldn't go higher. You're saying A? See, I was thinking A or B. Definitely not an S tier adventure. B tier. See, we've got some Bs, we've got some As. The combats were great. The dungeon was okay. Not super rememberable. The story, you get branded by an Archfey and you gotta like release her and then you fight her. B tier. It's B. I'm okay with B. It's not... A seems pretty generous. The Shadow Ball attack with no friendly fire was a bit cheap. It's B tier. Gosh, that was a really good boss fight, though. Here's the thing. The boss fight was great. A tier, even though I kept getting killed. Dude, you were a threat. You were a problem that needed to be dealt with by that monster. It is a very good boss fight. But that's it. That boss fight may be what carries this adventure. Wherever this adventure ends up, it's because of the boss fight and nothing else. The NPC at the beginning wasn't very interesting. So here's the thing. I'm going to say this would be a C tier adventure if it wasn't for the boss fight. The dungeon was kind of meh. The noble house was kind of meh. The story is a little above meh. And then there's the boss fight, which is top notch. The black dragon. Yeah, that black dragon was cool too. The black dragon solidifies its position as a B tier, I think. I agree with Ollie. What did Ollie say? Yeah, we're gonna go with B tier for that one. The more we do this, the more comfortable I am with where we put Mass Froths and Creeping Darkness. I'm okay with where, like, the way this tier list looks right now. I am so okay with. Oh, I'm okay, Tiago. You're Ollie. Gotcha. All right, you guys ready? Alcazar's Appendix. Wow. What an adventure. Getting teleported to the desert, the Netherese ruined desert. The story of this adventure is phenomenal. The Dracolich that's waiting an eternity for the bubble to fall. The Nether Scroll. The Dragon Turtle. Oh my gosh, dude. This is such a good adventure. But is it S tier? I think it's A. I wanted to put it at A, but like the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, this might be an S tier adventure. All right, so what's the problem with it? I don't care for the whites and the scorpions. The little side missions are kind of by the book. There's a ton of side stuff that I don't really care for. The Purple Worm Cave is really cool. The murals are okay. Helm's Deep vibes makes it an S. Helm's Deep vibes. You changed it up a lot for us, so I wouldn't really vote. The Dragon Turtle. That Dragon Turtle is so cool, man. We're gonna go with A. It's guys. It is good. This adventure is good, but it's not this good. This is such a good. This is so hard. This may be this is the hardest one to rate. Huge need. It's awesome. It jumps a lot from one cave to another. The Dracolich pushes it to S. All right, look, by the book, that Dracolich is by itself and gets smoked. That Dracolich needs minions. That isn't like, this was not a good boss fight. Like, the story behind the boss is great, but the Dracolich on its own, nah. This is such a good adventure. It's so close. It's so close to S tier, but it's just not quite. It is by the book, the Dracolich is by itself. I ran it, I gave it minions. By the book, this thing is on its own. When you can't vote because you have not played a single Candlekeep adventure, well, there's these. You should run these. Hey, that's an A tier. It could go A+, but still an A. It, like I said, it's great, but I don't think it's up here with Price of Beauty and Wisteria Vale. Finding the phylactery still ends up being a problem. I agree. It waited 1,000 years to die super fast. Yeah, that's adventurous for you. Here's just the tomb, the only ruin. Yeah, the I didn't care for the stone golem. Okay, it's a solid A. It's a solid A. All right, here we go. Xanthoria. What's everyone's favorite dragon type? Probably silver. Ian capped up my thoughts. Okay. All right. Glad we can all agree. Glad we can all agree on that one. That's I think we're comfortable. Practically soloed Kilbrew the Betrayer. All right, Xanthoria. I want to see what you guys think. What do you guys think of Xanthoria? I know where it's going. I know where it's going, but I want to see what you guys think. B to Louis, S tier for Ian. Okay. S tier for Ian. Don't know. It was my favorite. Practically obligated to run Xanthoria because I have a friend who's going to die for the Lycan Lich. A tier. A tier from Ash. It's basically just an excuse for a life. Well-deserved A. S for world building with the fungal zombie. Listen. All right. I'm glad that most of you are ranking this so high. I don't know about B to Louis. This is an S tier. Don't even at me. If you this is the best adventure in the book. This is so close. Like I can't even. Like you're a 16th level party. You are powerful. There is a zombie apocalypse to stop. That is just the coolest. Kilbrew made it a double S. Look, the only thing that I changed is the name. He had the exact same stat block. SteelySam for Xanthoria. The fungal infection, the zombie plague across the Sword Coast. The sense of dread, like you're actually saving the world. It is so hard to create a good adventure for a high level party, and this did it. This did it. This one nailed it. The combats were super good, super challenging. The Death Tyrant Death Knight combo, it will nearly wipe your party. The Xanthoria fight was so good. The fungal plague, the fungal cave was so well done. The alien VODs, yeah, dude, the suspended monsters, the experimentation. Oh, this was such a good adventure. Easily the best adventure in this entire book. Such a good one. Absolutely amazing. This pulled off this is the make or break the world vibe perfectly. Yes, it did. $20 from Funstar. Haven't had a chance to play or run any of these, but now I have my list to try. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. These are your bangers right here. Maybe a little fight in the zombie-filled Candlekeep at the start or something. That would have been pretty cool. Yeah. By the book, it didn't really Candlekeep was unaffected by the zombies. I changed that, obviously. And I want this tier list to be by the book, but still an S tier. Thank you for the 20 fun star. So that's it. That's my list. All right, so let's revisit. Which one? All right, so which one are you guys not feeling? I'm so comfortable with this. I'm so comfortable with this list. Which one do you guys think needs to be changed? By the way, this is going to be a YouTube video. I'm good with your list. You're comfortable with this? You vibing with this one? Pretty solid. The Battle Royale is the real S tier, really? Sam Shines, I'm good as well. You guys feel this? I'm not going to objectively. No, dude, you have an opinion. By all means, give me your opinion. I'm not going to be offended if you don't agree. Fugue Flute. I believe you said that you liked, which one of these did you liked Inner Alchemy. That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy with this. Good list. Good list. And you didn't, I think somebody said they didn't like Candlekeep Deconstruction. I totally get that. When I read it, I hated it. Listen, when I read Lore of LaRue, I thought it was going to be S tier. It wasn't quite. When I read Candlekeep Deconstruction, it was D tier to me. And when I read these two, I thought they were going to be S or A. Which one is F? Book of the Raven is F tier to me. You don't like Deconstruction and you do like Inner Alchemy? Okay. I don't like Deconstruction. Was it too silly? I think people didn't like Deconstruction because it was too silly. But you know, in terms of rating these adventures, it's also very important to keep in mind the lens in which you... Yeah, this is an opinion piece by all means. You may not agree. Matter of fact, here's the link right up here. I can post that link in the Discord if you guys want to make your own tier list and just kind of like throw them around in the Discord. I'll make a channel just for that. I agree with that. What did Ash say? Don't like Deconstruction. I wish I could play these, but I don't know anyone to DM for me. Are you in the Discord, bud? Dude, I made guide. Look, I made video guides for every single one of these. I posted this one today, which was the last one. I have a video guide for every single one of these. Book of the Raven for S tier. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how. How does this go anywhere but the bottom? I don't even know. I don't know. To the stars. Silly works well for a lot of groups. Not all of them, that's for sure. Inner Alchemy is really good for an adventure between adventures. Kind of a liminal space between high points. But if you're running it as a one-shot, it doesn't get to shine for that purpose. Absolutely. Yeah, these are one-shots. A between adventure. What level was Inner Alchemy? That was 12th? I just didn't like that all of the monsters were the same. Felt the same in this one. With the exception of the pudding. It was just monks. That's it. Monks and 3 bosses. Guess what those bosses were? They were monks. Yeah, it was 12. Yeah, Fugue Flute, it was 12. That's right. I mean, yes. Inner Alchemy was bad. I just was not feeling that adventure. They are monks. I could definitely understand why somebody would want to drop Candlekeep, or Candlekeep Deconstruction, but I had so much fun. Like, I went into Candlekeep Deconstruction like, this adventure sucks, but I'm going to have fun with it. And I did. And it ended up being awesome. I did kind of like what you did with Book of the Raven, but I could see it as a starter mission, not continued mission. Maybe a homebrew where you have to go to the Shadowfell track ghost thing. You have zero reason to go to the Shadowfell by the book. The flavor for Inner Alchemy is cool. I agree. But besides that, it's bad. The loot was bad. Nobody will ever make those gloves. It's just bad. Best loot was the hat that you added. Yeah, the hat that I added. 100%. Yeah, by the way, I added a rice hat that gave you the unarmed fighting style. I can't remember if it required attunement or not. I added a rice hat that basically gave you the unarmed fighting style. That way anybody could use those gloves and be effective with them if they decided to make them. Yep, I'm comfortable with this. Really short stream. I just wanted to do this. I wanted to make a YouTube video for this, and I'm gonna actually by the way, everybody say hi to YouTube because you guys are gonna be in a YouTube video. I wanted to live stream to a YouTube video. I didn't want to just do it without it required attunement. Okay, I didn't want to just do it. I wanted to live stream it so that way I want to chat. I want to chat to be a part of the process, which is why I reached out to some of you, some of my mods, some of the people that I ran, and why I'm glad some of you showed up. So shout out to Shelly, Ian, to Louie, Ash. Who else is in here? Garrett. Shout out. I think I just saw Siku in here. Shout out to all of you. Much love. All right, so I'm gonna kill the stream. That's exactly my thought on the Raven book. Yeah, glad I've caught the stream. Inner Alchemy railroads you, pretends you be spies. Mad love. All right, I'm gonna kill the stream. I'm gonna go work on a video. I'm actually also recording some shorts, so be on the lookout for those. Quentin Siku. Much love to all of you, and thanks again for the $20. Thanks again for the $20 Fun Star, my dude. I hope you enjoy your Candlekeep. I'm at 52K viewers. You should imagine 52K viewers. Wow, Candlekeep sure is popular. I mean, hey, we got like 30. That's pretty good. Is No Fun on right now? Dude, I really want No Fun to do this. Guys, we're killing the stream. Go to No Fun's newest video, like it, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and harass him to complete this tier list. I'm going to send him this tier list, and I want him to make a video on it. Let's not bully him. Don't bully him. Am I cyberbullying now? I don't want to do that. I don't want to bully him into making a video. I think he would enjoy making this. So I'm going to send him this, and hopefully he makes one. Shout out to No Fun. Go show some love. Go show some love. Go let him know that if you want him to make this tier list, go let him know it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next. Have a link to his video. I do not. I wish I could raid. You heard it, gang. Bully him. Get him. I wish I could raid. It wouldn't really make sense because he's not live. I don't have him pulled up. Hold on. All right, I haven't watched his perception video yet. So this is the one. Why perception exists. These two were bangers. What I want from 6E, and I'm not Matt Mercer. These two were bangers. So go hit these up. Give this one a watch too. I'm gonna go watch that one eventually. But yeah, here's No Fun. Go show him some love. You heard it, gang. Bully him. All right, I'm out of here. Hearts in the chat. And I will see you in the next one.